Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different revelations in this film that will change how we view both The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one interesting thing about this movie is that we do know that this film is going to have a lot of different revelations that are connected to characters like Rey, Kylo Ren, and even some of the new characters that will have a dramatic effect on not just The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, but also the entire Skywalker saga itself. And today I wanted to go over one of the sequences that are going to have a dramatic effect on the ending of Episode 8. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions. This is where things begin to get very exciting and intriguing. Now, specifically, a description of both Kylo Ren and Rey sitting in front of each other during one of their Force bonds in Episode 9. It's said to be a moment in which Kylo is delivering important dialogue to Rey about how he felt at the very end of The Last Jedi inside of the abandoned Rebellion base on Crate. It's described to be an emotional moment in which Kylo explains and reveals that he felt a dark side power unlike anything he ever felt before, as Rey shut the door of the Falcon on Kylo during the Force bond at the end of The Last Jedi. It said that Kylo confesses to Rey that he was confused if it was Rey or something else from afar, and hasn't felt it since roughly 1 year ago. The next goes over Kylo now touching Rey's shoulder, where he states that he is beginning to feel the same power again that he felt on Crate, and explains the power was as if two powers were fusing together. It's described that Kylo explains as Rey was leaving Crate, he only felt the power for a split second and didn't think twice of it, and that now he recognizes the same power, growing from the other side of the galaxy. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this, because this does in fact have a dramatic effect on the very end of The Last Jedi. So this is of course in reference to when both Kylo and Rey are looking at each other during their Force bond. They're not that far from each other, to be honest, but they're still in the Force bond, and that's exactly when Kylo Ren sees Rey on board of the Falcon, and when he feels this dark side power, unlike anything that he has ever felt before. Now, Kylo is actually described to explain that he felt this for a split second and didn't think twice about it, and hasn't felt it ever since from, of course, roughly 1 year ago, since the events that happened on the planet Crate. So it really brings one to wonder exactly what's going on here, and exactly what did Kylo Ren feel at the very end of Episode 8 that made him feel rather alone when Rey left him. So what's really intriguing to me about this, though, is that also it's explained by Kylo Ren in one of the descriptions that Kylo Ren explains to Rey that Kylo actually felt it as if it were two different powers fusing into one. So I want to go over a couple of things that are starting to really kind of tap into other things that we have gone over. And you guys may or may not have heard about the Spirit of Sidious being used in Episode 9, as well as the Dark Acolyte being portrayed by Matt Smith. So there's a lot of talk out there that the Spirit of Sidious is indeed going to possess the Dark Acolyte in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. And hopefully that is, going to be the case, because that's a very interesting side of Star Wars that we have never seen before on the big screen. And would also fall directly in line with this right here, where Kylo actually sensed two powers fusing together into one during his time on Crate at the very end of The Last Jedi, where he is actually watching Rey board the Falcon and shuts the door on him and leaves, making him feel somewhat vulnerable, as if he's very alone, and he feels his power and it eventually fades away. And that's when he didn't think twice about it, and 1 year later now, the power is growing. So it does make one wonder, what's with the title The Rise of Skywalker? What does it really mean? The fact that a power is growing from the other side of the galaxy, could that have something to do with the Rise of Skywalker and its title? We do know that the Rise of Skywalker title has more than 3 different meanings, in case you guys did not know this. More than 3 different meanings. And there's a lot of, theories out there that maybe Palpatine is dubbed as the first Skywalker, since he may be the one who created Anakin Skywalker through Shmi. So that's one way to look at it. But as far as everything else that's happening here, these, most definitely change the very end of The Last Jedi, because now, you look at both Kylo Ren and Rey and exactly what they felt, for each other and what they're going through at the very end of the movie, and that Kylo Ren felt this power from afar and was confused on whether or not it was Rey or maybe somebody else. So what's really intriguing to me is that yes, we do know that there is going to be a new villain in this movie that is in fact dubbed as the Dark Acolyte. And this Dark Acolyte is said to be portrayed by Matt Smith. Hence why Matt Smith is being, kept on lockdown. That's why he keeps denying that he's not in this movie, and even though he is, because the Star Wars International websites list his name on there. But very interesting, I gotta say, everything that's coming together with this movie. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.